Well, good morning. Monday motivation. Look at that white horse. You can just about see it in the background, I hope, over there on the hill. And last week's sort of rather exposing comments on making mistakes, forgiving yourself, saying sorry. It stimulated a lot of good conversations, both online and for those who sent things in to me on their reflections and the things that they feel sorry about and had the challenge. The biggest one was forgiving themselves, and it made me bring back the whole sort of one of my winning routines on choosing your mood, choosing your story, but the concept of forgiveness. And it took me back to the Omagh bomb. 1998, I think it was September. I think it was the 28th of September. I can't quite remember. But I was commanding, and lucky enough to be commanding officer of the 8th Battalion of the Royal Irish Regiment in Armagh. A very close friend of mine I'd grown up with in the regiment, Phil King, was commanding the 4th Battalion, the Royal Irish Regiment, in Omagh when that bomb went off. And my God, was I thinking about it and watching the coverage and so on. But the thing that came and struck me was the father of a beautiful young girl who was killed in that bomb. And he was holding her hand when she died under the rubble. And the first thing he did when he got in front of the TV cameras was forgive the bombers. Now, I truly struggled with that. I thought I'd want to find them, I want to track them down, and I want to damage them and hurt them and make them suffer. Now, that was my attitude then, but that moment made me reflect on forgiveness for a very long time since. And over a number of years, I worked on myself. I studied Buddhism, I studied happiness, I studied the neuroscience, the damage of holding on to anger and revenge, and the desire to get back at people and not letting go of things, not being able to forgive, what physical, mental, emotional damage it can do to you. And I guess it wasn't necessarily with that in my mind, but when I went through a pretty challenging time, nothing as significant as poor Phil, who subsequently died, and I love that guy, and anyway, enough on him, but God rest his soul, a top man. But actually a moment when I was betrayed, and that in that moment I changed. I knew I'd worked on myself for a number of years. I was well out of the army. I've been coached and coaching and studying all this stuff, and in the moment the words that came to me were dignity, love and forgiveness. And it was the biggest gift I could have given to myself and to everyone else concerned. And it made a difference. It made a huge difference. So forgiving oneself, absolutely critical, but forgiving others enables us not to hold on to. It's like having been injured already and then holding on to that injury by not being able to forgive or let things go. Now, I'm sure this might stimulate a bit of a discussion, a bit of a debate, but if you can and you want to, tell your stories and put them up, or tell me about them, or if you want to talk about them, and if you can't let go of certain things and you can't forgive, well, if it's a conversation you want to have with me, I'm very open to it, but certainly spread it and spread the word, because if we can let go of that pain of anger and revenge and wanting to get someone back, and not saying I can't forgive them, I might not be able to forget it, but I can't forgive them, etc, etc. Please reach out if you want to, but stimulate some thinking on here. Take care. It's raining now. I'll get on with this run. Take care. Have a great week. Make it yours. Lots of love.